Welcome to Understand the Math. Today I'm going to teach you how to factor polynomials by factoring out the greatest common factors. I'll show you steps that you can easily follow and walk through the two example problems listed here. Be sure to check out the link below for free guided notes that you can use as you watch this video. There's space in the notes for you to highlight the steps that we'll go over and fill out the answers to the examples that we're going to do. This way, you'll have a set of notes to refer back to when you need to review this concept again or study for a quiz or an exam. I've listed 4 steps that we're going to follow, and I'll explain them as we walk through our first example. In our first example, we're going to factor 10x to the 5th plus 15x to the 4th. The first step is to identify the greatest common factor of the coefficients. This is just the highest number that goes into each of the numbers in the expression. The greatest common factor of 10 and 15 is going to be 5 because that's the highest number that goes into both 10 and 15. The second step is to identify the greatest common factor of the variables. This is the smallest power of each of the variables or expressions. The greatest common factor of x to the 5th and x to the 4th is x to the 4th, because that's the smallest power of x common to both of these terms. The third step is to factor out all the greatest common factors from the polynomial. We'll factor out 5 and an x to the 4th. Let's see what that looks like. We have 10x to the 5th plus 15x to the 4th. We'll pull out a 5x to the 4th, and then we'll see what remains. We'll take 10 divided by 5, and we get 2, and we have an x that's left. And then in the next term, we have 15 divided by 5, and that's equal to 3. And that's our final answer. Our second example is more complicated because there's more terms in each of the two expressions that are being added together. We'll begin by finding the greatest common factor of 4 and 30. 4 does not go into 30, but we see that 2 goes into both 4 and 30, so 2 is going to be our greatest common factor. Next, we'll find the greatest common factor of our variables or expressions. We have an x variable common to both, and we have an expression 2x cubed plus 1 common to both. The greatest common factor of x cubed and x to the 6th is going to be equal to x cubed because that's the lowest power of each of these variables. The greatest common factor of 2x cubed plus 1 to the 5th and 2x cubed plus 1 to the 4th is 2x cubed plus 1 to the 4th, because that's the smallest power. Let's now factor out these greatest common factors. We're going to factor out a 2, an x cubed, and this expression. We have 4x cubed times 2x cubed plus 1 to the 5th. It's always good to write out what you're actually factoring first. We have a 30x to the 6th times 2x cubed plus 1 to the 4th. Give us a little bit more space. This is equal to the factors that we're pulling out, 2x cubed times 2x cubed plus 1 to the 4th. And then let's see what we have left. We have 4 divided by 2 gives us a 2, and then we have another 2x cubed plus 1. And then we have 30 divided by 2 gives us 15. We have an x cubed because x to the 6th divided by x cubed is equal to x cubed, and that's all we have. The last step, which we didn't do in example 1, so let's go back up. That step is to simplify if necessary. So let's go ahead and do that. This is the part that we're going to simplify. Our answer then is 2x cubed times 2x cubed plus 1 to the 4th. And then we have a 4x cubed and a 15x cubed. So we have 19x cubed plus 2. And that's our final answer. Once you get enough practice with these, you will be able to skip all of this part and just do that in your head. I hope that you now feel more comfortable in knowing how to factor polynomials by the greatest common factor and feel ready to try some of these problems on your own.
If this video has been helpful to you, please consider subscribing to my channel. Keep believing in yourself and have a great rest of your day.